In 2000, Blockbuster had 9,000 stores worldwide. They rented 80% of all home videos in America. They were worth over $5 billion. That same year, a tiny startup called Netflix was struggling to survive. They had no stores, no employees, just a website and a desperate founder mailing DVDs from his garage. Blockbuster laughed at them, called them a fad, even turned down a chance to buy Netflix for $50 million. 10 years later, Blockbuster was bankrupt. Netflix was worth $200 billion. This is the story of the most avoidable business failure in modern history. It's not about missing technology. It's about ignoring customers. Blockbuster didn't die from streaming. They died from arrogance. And every company today that thinks they're untouchable should pay attention. Picture this. It's Friday night, 1995. Families across America are piling into cars, driving to the local Blockbuster. Bright blue and yellow signs. Floor-to-ceiling shelves of VHS tapes. New releases up front at $4 a night. Candy, popcorn, video games in the back. Blockbuster wasn't just a store. It was an event. Kids ran to the new releases wall. Parents scanned the drama section. Teens lingered by the video games. You'd spend 20 minutes browsing, arguing about what to watch, then rent 3 movies, some snacks, and head home for movie night. By 2000, Blockbuster dominated video rental. 9,000 stores in 4 countries, 60,000 employees, $6 billion in annual revenue. They controlled 40% of the U.S. market. No one came close. Their business model was simple perfection. Prime real estate equals high foot traffic. New releases equals profit center. Late fees equals pure gold mine 25% of revenue. Blockbuster wasn't just winning. They were printing money, and they knew it. Inside Blockbuster headquarters, success had created blind spots. Executives flew first class, owned multiple homes, drove luxury cars. The company spent $120 million remodeling stores in the late 1990s. Gold carpet, neon signs, massive TVs playing previews. Store managers were kings of their domains. They controlled inventory. They knew their customers. They made the Blockbuster experience magical. But at corporate, the attitude was simple. We own this market. No one can touch us. When employees raised concerns about online rental services, they were dismissed. That's not how people watch movies. People want to browse in person. They want the experience. When someone mentioned DVD by mail, the response was, "Who wants to wait a week for a movie?" Blockbuster's leaders weren't stupid. They were comfortable. And comfort kills. In 1997, Reed Hastings rented Apollo 13 from Blockbuster. Forgot to return it. Got hit with a $40 late fee. He was furious. That same day, he started Netflix. Not as revenge, but as a better way to rent movies. No late fees. Unlimited rentals. DVDs mailed to your house. Netflix launched in 1998 with 925 customers. They mailed DVDs from a tiny office. Blockbuster barely noticed. In 2000, Netflix was burning cash. They had 300,000 subscribers, but losing $50 million a year. CEO Reed Hastings made a desperate move. He offered to sell Netflix to Blockbuster for $50 million. Blockbuster's CEO John Antioco took the meeting, listened to the pitch, laughed. He told his board, "They're not even profitable. Why would we buy a failing company?" The board agreed. The deal died. Blockbuster missed the biggest bargain in tech history. To understand Blockbuster's arrogance, you need to understand late fees. They weren't an accident. They were the business. Late fees generated $800 million a year, 25% of total revenue. The psychology was brilliant. Rent 3 movies Friday. Watch one Saturday. Accidentally, keep them over Sunday. Pay $12 in fees by Monday. Blockbuster loved this. It guaranteed revenue, kept movies in rotation, punished forgetful customers, but customers hated it. Families got hit with $20, $30, $50 fees. Teens couldn't rent anymore. Word spread. Don't rent from Blockbuster. Netflix's no-late fee model was a direct attack on Blockbuster's golden goose. Executives knew this, but cutting late fees meant losing hundreds of millions. So they doubled down, extended rental periods slightly, kept the fees. They couldn't imagine life without them. In 2004, Blockbuster launched Total Access, their answer to Netflix. It was complicated. You could return mailed DVDs to Blockbuster stores and pick up new ones there. The problem? It confused everyone. Customers didn't understand. Do I mail it back? Drop it at the store? What if my store doesn't have my movie? Netflix kept it simple. One website, one mailbox. No confusion. Blockbuster also tried unlimited plans, but with hidden restrictions, and still late fees. Meanwhile, Netflix kept improving. Better recommendations, faster shipping, cheaper plans. By 2006, Netflix had 6 million subscribers. Blockbuster Total Access had 2 million. And then Netflix announced streaming. In 2007, Netflix launched streaming. At first, it was terrible. Low quality, limited selection. Spotty internet required. Blockbuster scoffed. No one has fast enough internet. People want DVDs. They were half right. Most Americans had dial-up. Streaming was impractical. But Netflix planned ahead. They knew broadband was coming. Blockbuster's response? They launched their own streaming service. Called it Blockbuster On Demand. It was awful. Poor selection. High prices. No integration with stores. Customers didn't understand why they pay extra for streaming when they could just drive to the store. Netflix kept investing. Improved quality. Added shows. Made original content. By 2010, streaming was 70% of Netflix revenue. DVDs were just 30%. Blockbuster never caught up. By 2009, Blockbuster was bleeding cash. They closed 1,000 stores, laid off 20,000 employees. The ones who survived worked in ghost towns, empty shelves, fewer customers every week. Redbox kiosks at every grocery store. Blockbuster tried everything. MoviePass-style subscriptions, lower prices, store remodels, even selling snacks cheaper. Nothing worked. Because the problem wasn't execution. It was relevance. Families didn't want to drive anymore. They wanted convenience. They wanted Netflix. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. $1 billion in debt. 900 stores left. They sold to Dish Network for $320 million. Dish milked the dying brand for 3 more years. Closed the last stores in 2013. One store survived in Bend, Oregon. A local franchise. It closed in 2021. Blockbuster was gone. When Blockbuster collapsed, 60,000 people lost their jobs. Store managers who'd run locations for decades. Teens working their first job. Moms balancing school and work. These weren't executives. These were regular people. In small towns, Blockbuster was often the main employer. When it closed, entire communities suffered. And the executives? John Antioco, who turned down Netflix, was fired in 2007. The board blamed him for not moving fast enough. The irony. He wanted to buy Netflix. The board said no. But no one apologized. No one admitted the mistake. Blockbuster's leadership never said, "We were wrong. We missed the future." They just ... disappeared. Blockbuster's failure teaches 3 brutal lessons. 1. Customers don't care about your model. They care about convenience. Blockbuster thought people loved stores. They love not driving in the rain. 2. Late fees aren't loyalty. Blockbuster thought penalties created revenue. They created resentment. 3. Arrogance blinds you. Blockbuster dominated for 20 years. They thought dominance equals immortality. Today, companies making the same mistakes. Cable companies bundling 200 channels. Newspapers behind paywalls. Airlines nickel and diming passengers. All ignoring the obvious. Give customers what they want, or someone else will. Ironically, Netflix is now making Blockbuster's mistakes. They're raising prices, cracking down on password sharing, losing subscribers to free competitors. Reed Hastings recently admitted, "We got complacent. We forgot what made us great." Sound familiar? Every winner eventually becomes Blockbuster. Dominance breeds arrogance. Arrogance breeds blindness. The lesson never changes. Never stop earning your customers' business. Never assume you're safe. Never believe your success is permanent. Today, one Blockbuster store remains. As a tourist attraction in Bend, Oregon, people line up to rent VHS tapes for nostalgia. It's charming. It's sad. Blockbuster could have been Netflix. They had the stores, the customers, the brand. They threw it away for late fees and arrogance. The saddest part? No one learned. Right now, dozens of companies are ignoring their Netflix, ignoring their customers, clinging to old models. The question isn't, who will be the next Blockbuster? It's, who will survive the next disruption? And the answer is simple. The companies that listen. The companies that adapt. The companies that remember they work for their customers, not the other way around. Blockbuster forgot that, and they paid the ultimate price.